Hey guys, time to catch up on some battle reports. Recently I had a game against a couple of my friends. It's Warhammer 40,000. They're preparing for an event where it's a two-player sort of team event where you basically have you and your friend both with 1,000 points worth of 40k armies, and then each player gets an extra 200 points, which comes in on reserve on turn 3 automatically. And what they did is they got me to come around with two of my own armies, 1,000 points Imperial Guard, 1,000 points Chaos, and played against them. They each played Space Marines, one of them with Salamanders, one of them with just generic Space Marines, or well, both generic Space Marine lists, but one with Vulcan, of course. I'm sort of showcasing my sort of new Imperial Guard. They've been taking a long time to assemble and find the spray paint and get through customs and everything. This isn't even it. And really cool thing about this is that my Imperial Guard are Khorne themed. They're a Trader Guard, and they're all painted red, so they actually fit in with my Chaos Space Marines, which is why this is a great opportunity for me to actually have the Imperial Guard fighting along the Chaos Space Marines, because they're working together, so to speak, and that's why all of the vehicles are red as well. Now, we played a kill points mission just because I know that would challenge me quite a lot. They had quite a lot of kill points themselves, so it wouldn't be, completely one-sided. But this is what happened here. We've got a pitch battle deployment with me going first. So I've got everything just smashed up in the middle there. If you go to the next photo, just a bit of a frontal view of what I've got here. Land Raider in the center. I've got my unit of Hydras at the back. A couple of Vendettas with heavy conversions on them. And, not great photography because I'm using my iPhone camera for this one. And obviously it's in Dave's basement here where there is not very much lighting at all, but it makes it very grim and very appropriate for 40k. Next image, Dave has been working on these really awesome looking Space Marines of his own chapter design. They're sort of based on the Greek mythology of Jason and the Argonauts. So the chapter's called the Argonauts, the chapter master is Jason, blah, 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 blah. Here are some of his Devastators. They're all painted to an awesome standard. These pictures don't really give you that. If I took photos of them with a very clear camera in daylight, you'd notice that they're extremely well painted, but this doesn't really show you that. Next image, here's the bulk of the army. They're all cramped down behind the back here. He's got a Land Raider with Vulcan and Thunderhammer Terminators as usual. 3 attack bikes with multi-melters. You've got tack squads with heavy plasma, plasma cannons rather, and some Razorbacks. Next image, I managed to go first without them stealing the initiative, so what happens here is the Valkyries take their scout move and then start popping off with the las cannons. I fire most of my stuff at his Land Raider, hoping to immobilize it or stop it from moving or whatever, but I was extremely fortunate and managed to wreck it with my las cannons, so got some lucky 6s there and did a great job just taking that down first turn. So next image, he obviously, again, apologise for the blurry photos, guys, but just sort of having a bit of a write-up and a bit of a talk here, rather. And Terminator spilling out from the Land Raider, generally creating a traffic jam, so that, is a big plus for me up front, being quite lucky with that. Next image, they move out anyway. Razorback's coming around from the building and popping off some las cannon shots. He's got Center Speeder out as well. Generally just keeping stuff hidden from the Hydras. He's got these attack bikes just behind this bit of terrain here with line of sight blocked between the Hydras and that particular unit, whereas the Terminators continue to run out. Next image, more blurry photos of me just fanning out with my my Rhinos and Chimeras, and firing a lot of multi-laser shots, trying to clear out the Devastators in the building because I don't really want to be hit by that many missile launches with my weakly armoured APC vehicles. So that's generally what's happening there. Next image, Vulcan comes a lot closer, so I have to move my Land Raider back at this point because the Land Raider has helped with the long-range shooting with its las cannons, but I don't really want to be charged by Thunderhammer Terminators, so pulling back at this point. Next image, he's moving out here with some TAC Space Marines, heavy plasma cannon on board, looking like a pretty cool unit. I'll have to show you guys some better still pics sometime because they are awesome. Or if you want to check out the City Guard forums, just go into Google, type the word City Guard, then look through the part of the forum that has to do with show-off painting, and then find the thread that has to do with Marines in capital letters or whatever it is, and you'll probably see Dave's Space Marine photos. Next image, it's turn 3 now, and I get to deep strike with my my Lemon Rust Demolisher of Chaos, which has been heavily converted here to be a corn tank, but unfortunately it can't shoot when it deep strikes, or at least not with the Demolisher cannon, which was really bumming me out, because this is a special tournament where you're allowed to take choices from the Forge World rules. So they've got this guy Severin Loth, who is the chapter librarian of the Red Scorpions, and he's got like this 2+ invulnerable save, and they've got these Lucius pattern drop pods where they can drop down the dreadnoughts, which then assault you. But of course, I'm just playing the standard guard and chaos with no fancy stuff. I didn't even take Zoofor, so I don't really get any of these perks, whereas they do. So landing with my Demolisher, luckily it didn't get destroyed, but hopefully it'll get to pop off a shot before the multi-melters take it out, but I seriously doubt that. Next image, I've chosen this location for my tack squad, my CSM squad, which is deep striking as well, because that's the the Demolisher is the 200-point component from the guard list, which gets the deep strike, and the CSM squad is the component from the CSM part of the list. So that's where they land. The deep strike manages to score a hit. So next photo, just crowding around with the Marines, and the point of this was to take out the single missile launcher trooper here, because that's representing a kill point for me. They were just running him away to prevent me from picking up the point. So I've deep strike over here to melt him with a melter gun, and then hopefully fight against that squad in the background there. Next image, I've disembarked from this Chimera with a full veteran squad with melter guns, and they are crackling off some shots at the Thunderhammer Terminators. I think I only managed to get 1 kill here due to his awesome 3+ invulnerable saves. As you may be able to see, although again the photo is extremely hazy and blurry, these are Imperial Guard, troops, but they're actually Necromunda models, and some of them are Forge World Renegade models. I'll show you guys some better photos eventually, but at this stage, that's all they that's what they look like, and that's the theme of the army. Just these dirty heretics, basically. Next image, Lucius Pattern drop pod drops down, Salamander Dreadnought comes out, cracks the Land Raider with its melter gun, and that's that. So awesome stuff from the Space Marines. Da 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 da. Next image, the other drop pod drops down, a Dreadnought turns up. So if you go to the, quite like this photo actually, because the lighting on the Space Marines, but if you go to the next photo, the Dreadnought pops out and starts dealing with the Space Marines. But what ends up happening is he assaults, and then my Power Fist gets a lucky hit and wrecks him. So I was extremely lucky to pick that up. So next image, here's Severin Loth, and I've lent Dave one of my flagellant heads from the flagellant kit onto this guy, but he just looks awesome in person. So again, if I can show some still pics later on, I will. But he basically takes out the he uses some psychic power to wipe out the Imperial Guard squad, and then comes into close combat and dishes out death to the renegade leader here. So some swift justice from the Space Marines. Next image here, here's the picture I was referring to earlier. It's the Dreadnought against the Chaos Space Marines over here, but luckily I managed to get an awesome Power Fist strike onto his noggin there and managed to deal to him, so that was really awesome. Going to the next image, again darkly lit photos, but it's it's Chaos Space Marine Terminators in front of the Dreadnought. I haven't managed to take a Chain Fist in this list, so what's happening here is they're going to have to, in this turn, since they're not engaged with him, going to have to walk past him and assault the enemy Terminators. So next image, my victorious Space Marines who have dealt with the Devastator squad and the other Space Marines in the background who have dealt with the Dreadnought, moving along here to whittle down the Space Marines in the ruins with their melter guns and bolters. Next image, this is a situation over here. Still got a Valkyrie up, but my Berserkers and unloyal Betrayer Terminators of Khorne, both combo assaulting the lone Terminators and Vulcan. There's only 4 Terminators left, so hopefully I'll be able to win this little fight here. Next image, here's the embattled little melee. Man, photo quality really terrible, but what can you do? The main thing is just to point out that I managed to win the combat and wipe all of them out except for one, and Vulcan himself. So next image, here's a slightly better photo. It's just a single Terminator left because I've laid Vulcan low, luckily, in the following round, and really managed to sort things out here. But what really annoys me is that obviously he'll be able to charge his Dreadnought in since it was nearby, and that will hold up both squads and probably get him 3 kill points. So things not going that well. Next image, stupid old Severin Loth managed to take out another squad of guys. I've got my command squad at this point with Officer of the Fleet, who is also a Renegade Psyker from the Forge World book, Forge World list rather. So, you know, a lot's pretty even on kill points. My opponent's just, you know, really in the second half of the game picking up heaps of them. Next image again, charge into the loyal Space Marine squad with my Marines and take them all out except for 2 guys. He's got a squad of Salamanders unpacking here who will be able to come in to join the fight, but with my 2 attacks each, hopefully we'll be able to do the job. Don't actually have Mark of Corn here, or any of the flags, the aspiring, I've only got aspiring champions, I haven't got any icon bearers, so things could get a bit iffy. Next image, indeed, what happens here is the Salamander Dreadnought moves in. I don't really have anything that can kill it, apart from a Power Fist, but even that's not really going to cut it, so losing my Terminators, losing my Terminator Lord, it's just Berserkers duking it out against him at this point. And next and final photo, what really annoyed me here is that in the combat involving my remaining 2 Chaos Space Marine squads against the remnants of his 2 Space Marine squads, although I had the upper hand, my dice rolls were uber bad, and I lost the combat by just 1. And needed 9s to pass the morale checks to stick around in combat, and I failed them both. So he wins the game by, I think, the other team wins the game against me, 2 versus 1, by about 11 kill points to 10 or something like that, which would not have been the case if I had simply rolled slightly better in that combat. So, bit of bad luck causing the game to finish there. The game didn't continue, and I managed to lose, but it was a fun one, and I was happy to sort of show off my Imperial Guard and Chaos Space Marines in tandem, which is really what they are all about. A bit of heretical goodness going on there, but good luck to these guys for the tournament coming up, and keep watching the videos, guys. Hopefully I'll have some more 40k eventually for you, but the Imperial Guard, they are going slowly. It will be a while before they really are looking good. See you later.